Hey, good people. Arthur Morris here. I hope all is well. So in this video, we're going to look at factoring out a constant before factoring a quadratic. So again, the first thing you should always look for is to see if you have a common factor for all of your terms. So our instructions are to factor completely. So we start off by looking for a GCF when we're factoring completely. Always start off by looking for a GCF, greatest common factor. You may have one, you may not. In this case, we do. We have 4x squared, 40x, and 64. And we know that 4 will go into all three of those numbers. So I have a GCF to start off with. So I'm going to take that GCF, place it outside a set of parentheses, divide everything by that GCF. So that gives us x squared plus 10x plus 16. All right, now the next thing that we do, we look in the parentheses and we see if we can factor that expression in the parentheses even more. So now we have a trinomial, so we know we're looking at the AC method. However, we have that understood 1 as our leading coefficient now, so we don't have to go through the full AC method if this can be factored. We need to start off by multiplying the 1 times the 16 out to the side. And then see if we can find a pair of numbers that multiplies to be 16 that gives a sum of 10. Now sometimes you can't. And if we could not find a pair of numbers that multiplies to be 16 that adds up to be 10, then I would leave it as with the 4 times x squared plus 10x plus 16. But since, let's see what we have here. Positive 16, sum of positive 10, so I know my factors must be positive. 2 will go into 16, or 16 divided by 2 is 8. 2 plus 8 is 10, and that's what I needed. So now I'm going to take the 2 and the 8 back over and create 2 sets of parentheses, splitting up the x squared in the first set, the 1x squared in the first place of each parentheses, and then splitting up the factors of that last term that we found of 2 and 8 in the last place. And then that is completely factored. Alrighty, let's look at another one. Alright, so we have 5x squared minus 45x plus 90. So again, look for a GCF, see if something will go in the 5x squared, 45x, and 90. All right, so we have a GCF of 5. So that gives us x squared minus 9x plus 18. All right, so let's try to see if we can factor the trinomial. We know it's an understood 1 in front of the x squared now, so out to the side, 1 times 18 is 18. See if I can find a pair of numbers that multiplies to be 18. That also adds up or gives us a sum of negative 9. All right, so I know in this case, both of my factors must be negative in order to multiply to be positive 18 and add up to be negative 9. All right, so 1 and 18 adds up to be negative 19. 18 divided by 2, 2 will go into 18, so 18 divided by 2 is 9. So negative 2 and negative 9 adds up to be negative 11, so we're still not quite there yet. Will 3 go into 18? Yep. So 18 divided by 3 is 6. Negative 3 and negative 6 is negative 9. So that's what we needed. Okay, so come back over here. Let's write the answer out. Two sets of parentheses. Split up the first term in the first place in each set of parentheses. Split up the terms that we just found for the last term in each set of parentheses here. Alrighty, let's try one more. And this one you may want to pause it and try it out for yourself. Alright, so let's go through this. GCF, 5x squared, 30, 70. We know we have greatest common factor of 5. So x squared plus 6x plus 14. Right out to the side, AC method, or starting off here, factoring this trinomial. 1 times 14 is 14. Pair of numbers that multiplies to be 14. That also gives us a sum of 6. So 1 and 14 adds up to be 15. 2 and 7 adds up to be 9. I don't think anything else will go into 14. So we cannot factor this anymore, since we couldn't find the pair of numbers that multiply to be 14 and added up to be 6. So there you have it. That's it. Hope you found this video to be helpful, and I will see you on the next one. Thank you.